In a glowing forest filled with whispering trees, a small fox named Lumi sits on her favorite hill. With her golden fur and bright blue eyes, she spends her evenings watching the stars hold their fixed positions in the night sky. For Lumi, the forest is a place of perfect, predictable stillness. The ecosystem hums along without any need for her to intervene, leaving her as a quiet spectator to a world that seems to require nothing from her. But suddenly, that perfect peace is violently shattered. One of the stars begins to flicker, loses its place in the sky, and plummets directly into the dark woods below. This isn't just a change in scenery, it's a break in the natural order of Lumi's world. The absence of that star creates a vacuum that the forest cannot fill on its own, forcing Lumi to abandon her hilltop and venture into the dark. For Lumi, her very first instinct is pure action. She dashes into the trees, determined to find the star and return it to the sky. However, look at the vertical scale of this task. Between the forest floor and the stars lies a distance that a small, earthbound fox simply cannot bridge. She lacks the height, strength, and leverage to move a celestial object. When we visualize a single individual trying to cross that gap, the result is clear. One fox cannot generate enough force to overcome the physics of the problem. On her own, Lumi's mission is a mathematical impossibility. If she is going to succeed, she has to stop thinking about what she can do alone and start building a team that can do what she can't. The moment she enters the forest, Lumi hits her first wall. Without the clear view from her hilltop, the woods are dark and disorienting. She has the will to move, but no idea which way to go. Then she meets Orin the owl. From his perch high in the trees, Orin sees the forest differently. He provides the top-down perspective Lumi lacks, identifying the landmarks and paths that are invisible from the ground. Orin gives her a specific roadmap. Follow the path of glowing mushrooms until she reaches the highest hill in the woods. While Orin doesn't have the strength to carry the star himself, his role is essential. He provides the high-level vision that aligns Lumi's energy with a clear objective. Following Orin's path, Lumi encounters a hedgehog named Pip, who is lost and crying behind a bush. With the star still missing, stopping for a lost stranger seems like a delay. Yet Lumi chooses to halt her urgent mission to help Pip find his way, even though it doesn't directly move her closer to the star. Until now, her system was a single fox linked to vision. By stopping for Pip, she adds a new element to the network built on mutual trust. When Pip joins her, the network expands, creating a more stable foundation for the road ahead. Bringing Pip along isn't a distraction, it's an investment. She's no longer just chasing a goal, she's building the group support that will be necessary when her own strength starts to fade. The team faces its first physical test at a wide, shimmering river. There is no bridge, and the current is too fast to swim across. Lumi uses her natural agility to find a path, spotting a series of stones beneath the surface. She leads the way, carefully jumping from one to the next. But the plan nearly fails when Pip slips. Just before he can be swept away, Lumi catches him. This is the moment the partnership proves its worth. The system self-corrects because they are there to catch one another. On the other side, they find what they were looking for. The fallen star is small, trembling, and far too weak to return to the sky on its own. The river crossing confirms that the team is working. Lumi provided the physical path, she provided the save when Pip faltered, and together they reached an objective that would have been impossible for either to reach alone. Now they face the final instruction from Orin. To give the star enough height to shine its way home, they must carry it to the highest point in the forest. The climb is grueling. They struggle up steep hills and over jagged rocks, facing harsh winds that threaten to push them back. This is where the trust they built at the river becomes their greatest asset, allowing them to keep moving even as they grow tired. At the very top, they stand together. With a synchronized count of 3, they use every bit of their remaining strength to launch the star upward. The star catches. It shoots back into the cosmos, returning to the sky and lighting up the night once more. The massive gap between the forest floor and the stars has finally been bridged. Lumi began this journey as a solitary fox watching from a hilltop. By the end, she had transformed into the center of a functioning team. What we often call heroism isn't just about individual bravery. It's the result of people pooling their different strengths, vision, support, and persistence to solve a problem that is bigger than any one of them. When a team combines a clear plan with mutual support, they create a resilience that doesn't exist in isolation. With that foundation, even a task as large as fixing the sky becomes possible.